my god, guys. Oh my god. I just got a nuke. Oh my god. It took 21 days.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Critical here, and in that intro, that was actually my first nuke I ever got. And not only that, I got that nuke in just 21 days. So you guys are probably thinking, how did this nobody just get a nuke in just 21 days? So that's what I'm going to teach you guys. And by the end of this video, you guys will know how to drop a nuke in less than a month. This whole video is going to be focused around this one idea. And I'm going to call that idea Critical's Law. Because why not? Sounds pretty cool, right? So pretty much, Critical's Law is if you're trying to get a nuke, you need to get kills as simply and effectively as possible while reducing the probability of dying. And I split this video into 3 sections to make Critical's Law easier to follow. And the first section is preparation. If you want to get a nuke, you need to be prepared. And if you want to be prepared, you need the right loadout. On screen now is the exact class setup I used when I dropped a nuke. First, let's start off with the guns. You obviously want to use the best guns in the game. So you either want to use the M4A1 or the MP5. And I chose to go with the MP5. For the attachments, I just recommend that you use what you think is best and what feels most comfortable for you. But one thing I feel like is a must is extended mags. And this is because of Critical's Law. You never want to miss out on a kill because you were reloading, or even worse, get your streak ended because you were reloading. For the secondaries, I recommend a deagle. Because the deagle is just good. Now, the rest of the class setup is very simple. I'm just going to go quick fire mode.
Use Stim because it reduces your chance of dying. Use EOD because it reduces your chance of dying. Use Battle Hardened because it reduces your chance of dying. Use Claymores because it makes getting kills simple and effective and reduces your chance of dying.
And that's pretty much my loadout. But there's one thing that I didn't talk about yet, and that's perk 2. I'm going to talk about perk 2 later on in this video. Now, all that's left to prepare is your field upgrades. So I recommend using munitions box because you're going to run out of ammo going for a 30 gun streak. And also I recommend stopping power because I'm not really going to be running around, so I don't need dead silence, and reducing the time to kill is really helpful. Now let's talk about score streaks. So I know a lot of people use specialist bonus, and I tried using specialist bonus, but I just felt way better using streaks and it just felt easier for me. So yeah, I just use streaks. So for my first streak, I use Personal Radar. And Personal Radar, especially on Shoot House, is just like a cheaper and more effective UAV. Just watch this example.
Got a personal radar drone ready for escort. Friendly sentry gun. Copy. Jaguar 3-0 inbound. We've got a UAV on station, ready for flyover.
For my second streak, I use VTOL. There's so many situations where I see people just looking at this guy trying to shoot it down, and it just gets me so many easy kills. It's so satisfying getting those easy kills, but that's not even my favorite part about the VTOL. My favorite part about it is how well it works with perk 2 kill chain. So if you don't know what kill chain is, if you stay alive, all the kills that your kill streaks get for you, they actually count towards your next kill streak. Basically what this means is you can just camp in a corner, wait for your VTOL to pop off, and just easily get that third streak. And that third streak that you want to put on is advanced UAV. Now, every person that's going for a nuke has to use advanced UAV. And a lot of people know this, but what people don't know is that when you turn it on, you have to start playing super aggressive. You want to get as much kills as you can from it before it goes away. The last thing you need to be prepared to get a nuke, and it might seem obvious, is skill. Unfortunately, if you're more of a new player, you won't be able to get the nuke. But don't be discouraged. All you need to do is keep practicing and playing more games until you can become good enough to get a nuke. At the same time, don't think you guys need to be pro players to get a nuke, or even that skilled. Because when I started going for a nuke, I was only at a 1.16 KD. So you don't need to be one of those people with a 2 KD or 3 KD to just get a nuke. Also, I would recommend playing Shoot House 24/7 because when you're playing the same map over and over again, you're just going to get a better understanding of the spawns and the map in general. Now that you're fully prepared, you might think, I'm about to drop this nuke right now. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Just because you're prepared to get a nuke, that doesn't mean you know how to play to get a nuke. That's why you need to master the nuke playstyle. The nuke playstyle is pretty much the playstyle that follows Critical's Law. So you want to play in a way to reduce the probability of dying as much as possible while getting kills as simply and effectively as possible. And I could try to sit here and explain to you guys what exactly you guys need to do to play the Nuke playstyle. But one, that won't work because everybody's Nuke playstyle is different. And two, you guys are going to actually need hands-on experience to learn it properly. So I think the best way to learn the Nuke playstyle is to practice. And I'll show you guys the method that I used to practice, which I think is probably the best way to practice. So what I did is what I like to call the get 20 kills without dying 3 times challenge. So if you don't know what the get 20 kills without dying 3 times challenge is, you're dumb. And if you guys get 20 kills without dying 3 times once, don't think the challenge is over. I want you guys to keep on doing it until you feel like you've mastered the Nuke playstyle. For me, I felt like I mastered the playstyle when I realized exactly what situations would get me a kill, wouldn't get me a kill, and exactly which situations would cause me to die and which situations wouldn't. From there, I knew exactly where to position myself around the map and how to move around the map. I would always be putting myself in the best positions to get a nuke. When you're going on this journey to find your Nuke playstyle, I highly recommend that you watch your own gameplays and other people's gameplays that got a nuke. Doing this will make it way easier to find your Nuke playstyle because you'll notice a lot of the mistakes that you're making and you'll be able to know the other small changes you need to make to your playstyle to get a nuke. In the description below, I'll put GreenGoblin's Nuke gameplay. I watched this gameplay multiple times to learn how to master my Nuke playstyle. Also in this video, he gives his own tips on how to get a nuke, so I definitely recommend that you watch it. Now that you have mastered your Nuke playstyle, let's move on to the last section, which is skill-based matchmaking. So if you don't know what skill-based matchmaking is, it's Modern Warfare trying to put you into lobbies with people of similar skill. If you want to know in more detail what skill-based matchmaking is and how it affects Modern Warfare, check out the videos in the description. And the reason you guys need to know about skill-based matchmaking is because it makes getting a nuke way harder. And when I mean way harder, I mean way... Okay, but seriously though, I don't want you guys to make the same mistake as me and waste a lot of time. Like, I wasted a lot of time. And I know some of you guys are gonna say, you should still be able to get a nuke even with skill-based matchmaking in the game. And that's okay, because that's what I thought too. So I actually did research to see if it was actually possible, and this is what I found. While I was doing my nuke challenge, I saved all the games where I went on a 10 streak or higher. And when I looked back at all my gameplays, I saw that from day 8 to day 20, I only had 3 times when I went on a 10 streak or higher. And in this time, I played a lot too. I played for about 36.5 hours. And I only had 3 times when I went on a 10 streak or higher. That means in the span of 12 days, I was only able to go on a high streak 3 times. That's already bad enough, but I remember in that time span that I was even struggling to get a UAV. So yeah, before day 7, I felt like it was so easy to get streaks. And then after day 7, it was just so much harder. This just confirmed to me that I wasn't just thinking these lobbies were getting harder. These lobbies were actually getting harder. Even though I discovered this, I thought that if I could become really good, I would still be able to drop a nuke. And I know that's what some of you guys might think too. But then I found out, even for pro players, it's hard to drop nukes. And these 2 clips explain why.
No! The 28th kill and I die!
No! So basically what I realized when I was watching these pro players is that even they struggle to get a nuke. And it's not because they're not good enough, because they're always going to be the best players in their lobby. But just as you guys saw in the clips, there's just so many ways that they could die where it's just out of their control. And this relates to skill-based matchmaking because when you get into more skilled lobbies, you're just going to see yourself die more by things you couldn't even control. Basically, with all my research, I realized that getting a nuke isn't only about your skill. It's actually about the lobby you're in too. So that's why on day 20, I started purposely trying to get into easier lobbies. Let's just say my KD was not looking as good anymore. Eventually though, I got into that perfect lobby where I was able to drop that nuke. That pretty much wraps up the end of this video. So now it's your guys' turn to go out there, use all the tips that you learned in this video and drop your very first nuke. But don't leave forever. I want to hear about your guys' progress and how you guys are doing. And when you guys drop that first nuke, let me know how long it takes. If you guys are planning on revisiting the tips I mentioned earlier in this video, I put timestamps in the description to make it easier for you guys. But yeah guys, sorry this video was so serious, but I tried to make it as fun as possible. But since this video was so serious, I got a nice joke to brighten up everyone's mood. Subscribe to his channel.